Cool. So, welcome to this video. I am delighted to introduce you to Maddie King, who I have had the pleasure of working with over the last probably about 4 or 5 months. And it's been quite a journey that we've been on together. And Maddie has kindly wants to share this space with me to just share with her a bit of her story and how it's been just working with me. So Maddie, it's really lovely to see you. And so thank you so much for being able to come and share this testimonial with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's not, no worries.
So, Maddie, what I'd love to understand and just to share with the people that are watching here is if you could just give me a summary of the reasons why you wanted to work with me, and then what did you notice in the changes in your life that it's had an impact on for you?
Yeah, so I started working with Claire, like she said, about 4 or 5 months ago. I'm very well, I guess, versed, or I'm very well, I understand the spiritual world a lot because it's something that I was growing up with. My mom is kind of similar to what Claire does. She's very spiritual, and she's a life coach and a healing teacher of many sorts. But I felt it was really good for me to have my own personal outlet with someone different to work with. I know it can get a little bit, not messy, but a little bit more complicated, especially when the person that you're working with is perhaps some of the reasons why you have some, beliefs about yourself. Not to say that a terrible person, she's the best person, but so yeah, it was really important. I think me and my mom both discussed that it was important for me to have my own outlet, and to have someone that I could really feel safe with and trust and work on the beliefs that I had about myself. And initially I suffered with a lot of skin problems, especially acne, for about, oh gosh, about 10 years of my life. And that was the one thing that like always brought me down. I had really low self-esteem throughout my teens. I didn't think very highly about myself. And then that would also lead to me, not really sticking up for myself or not believing in myself a lot at the time. So when I started working with Claire, not only was it about, okay, why am I breaking out like this? But it was also about building up my confidence again, which was, I think, super important because I am a singer and a musician. So confidence kind of goes hand in hand with being that. And I've definitely noticed, the one thing I wanted to chat to Claire about, like I've stopped breaking out completely, like within the last like month or two. I had a breakout in months. And I also feel way more confident about myself. I feel, even though sticking up and being assertive about things is a skill that I'm still working on, it's coming a lot easier to me now. And I feel like I do have the courage to be like, hey, no, that doesn't make me feel great. So yeah, it's coming along, and I feel like overall like my confidence is so much better. And
yeah, amazing. And have you noticed any ripple effects because sometimes what can happen is we work on a specific issue, but it actually can have a ripple effect into like your relationships, whether it's with your family, with friends or anything like that. Have you noticed any areas where that has had that ripple effect of change too?
I think for sure with my romantic relationship, we've definitely been a lot more open with each other about our emotions. And because I'm in Vancouver, Canada right now, but I'm moving back to England. So we've had lots of conversations about, how we feel and what we want to do. And I feel like we're a lot more, just a lot more open and trusting with each other. And it's almost brought us closer, much, much closer together. So, and I feel like that's a key part that's been helped. And I think with my family, I mean, everyone seems to be healing. We're kind of like in this healing stage right now, especially like my brother,
Yeah.
as he goes through his own mental health journey. And yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
like let's get us all sorted out before we go to the next chapter. So definitely.
Yeah, amazing. And is there anything that you'd like to share with me about what it's been like really just working with me?
I think getting more of a better understanding about the way I think and the way I work has
Yeah.
been crucial for sure. I see where my habits, my negative habits start to come in a little bit, and my negative beliefs. Um, so I think it's just been about gaining a better understanding about myself,
Mm.
and feeling more confident and accepting of who I am. I think those things
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. And that's been a massive part of your journey, hasn't it, Maddie? Just really truly trusting into yourself and your own belief about who you really are. And through the process, we've actually experienced kind of an integrative process of doing the Akashic Soul record reading, plus some RTT sessions and some parts therapy. So there's been a real great variety that we've been able to access in part of the process. And what I wanted to ask you is, how did you find the Akashic reading that we did, just to connect with that real true essence of you, like on your soul's gifts and things like that? Because I remember you were so amazed by what we were sharing together. So I'd love to hear from you about your experience with that.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like it couldn't have detailed me to a T. Like
Mm,
um
yeah.
like I saw exactly what my strengths and what my weaknesses were. Like it was just so cool. It's like you were reading a book with me.
Yeah. And because you had that, that understanding about yourself, did that help you in any way to get to, as part of that process, to really get to understand who you are as well, and then trust in the process that that is the gift that you were really born with? Has it had an impact in that kind of area as well, especially around building your confidence and self-belief?
Yeah, I have more of like a gut intuition now. Like I feel like I'm really relying on my gut.
Mm,
And I've always feel like I've been a very intuitive person, like in general, but I feel like now more than ever, like the decisions that I make, I know like, oh yeah, like I know I'm going to succeed and thrive doing this,
yeah,
or not so much, like I don't know if this is 100% the best thing for me. So
yeah.
I've been way more intuitive with all my decisions. So
Yeah, amazing. And then lastly, I really would absolutely love, Maddie, for you to share about what it is that you do, because you, as you said earlier, you are a singer-songwriter. So please do. I want you to get yourself out there, your opportunity to be seen. Because I have heard your music. It is absolutely stunning. And one of the things I really want you to do is actually to write a song for me. So I know that is going to be in the pipeline at some point, but please do share, Maddie, anything you want to share about your singing and writing, and how they can find you, where they can contact you if they want to listen to you, anything that you want to send out there.
yeah, your song is on my to-do list. I haven't
Brilliant.
forgotten it. Been in a bit of a creative mud stuck.
Yeah, it's okay. You've got a lot going on at the moment, so I know, it's waiting for me.
Yes. But yeah, I'm a singer, songwriter, musician, music teacher currently. So I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms. And then my social handles are all Maddie King Music, pretty much. And yeah, I've released songs, I've released EPs. Um, like I kind of said, I've been in a little bit of a creative sluggy moment for the last couple of years, but as soon as I move back to England, I feel like my creativeness is going to spark up again. So that's when I think I'm going to get my mojo back, as some people call it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to future projects, and hopefully getting some more connections. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of about me.
Yeah, amazing. And what I'll do is I'll put all the details in the links below and everything so that you can actually make contact with Maddie to listen to her music, because I do highly, highly recommend you do that. So thank you so much, Maddie. I really appreciate you sharing your story with me. And I can't wait to keep following you. And obviously our work together as well. So thank you so much.
Of course, no worries. Thank you for having me.